Today I'm going to revisit a topic that we talked about a while back, and with everything happening with the government shutdown, we just don't know what the left is going to try. We are expecting a holographic false flag event that will be created by Project Bluebeam. So, share the video now. There's nothing. I will back it up and rumble, so let's see how this goes. First, let me say that I have found nothing in mainstream information that admits to the existence of Project Bluebeam. But this isn't unusual with highly sensitive, secretive technologies. So let's talk about what this mysterious Project Bluebeam is. Project Bluebeam is a reported secret government program, and as with all sensitive topics, information is suppressed and very difficult to find. I've created several videos now on the state of holographic technology, and since Project Bluebeam involves the projection of a widespread holographic image, there may be overlapping information. We are not going to go too deep into the applications of such a secret government operation and its goal because at this point, you either get it or you don't. This video will focus on exactly what Project Bluebeam is purported to be, what it can be used for, and whether it is feasible with what we know about holographic technology. We should start with Serge Monast, the first person to allege that Project Bluebeam exists. He was a Canadian investigative journalist working with another journalist. Monast spoke about Project Bluebeam in books, articles, lectures, and radio shows. Monast opined that there would be holographic projections and mind control technologies deployed across the globe to simulate various phenomena, such as the Second Coming of Christ, an alien invasion, or other apocalyptic events to gain control of the masses. A cornerstone of Monast's beliefs is a four-step blueprint that is being used to accomplish this control. We'll take a quick look. First, there will be fabricated global crises such as natural disasters or extraterrestrial threats. The goal is to instill fear and create chaos. I think we've been here for a while. The second step is the deployment of sophisticated holographic illusions, which may include religious events, the purpose being to evoke awe and servitude. The third step that occurs is the implementation of mind control techniques such as frequency manipulation and subliminal messages. Various radio frequencies could be used to make people would hear voices in their heads, supposedly communicating directly with their deity. This step is to mold our collective thoughts and actions. The last step is alleged to be a global universal religion designed to unify mankind under one belief. I can't imagine this happening, but nothing would surprise me anymore. You must decide for yourself whether there's a potential for the misuse of technology in such ways, and if you see any evidence around you. My goal is to help people recognize a simulated event if it does happen, and hopefully ease their fear and sense of helplessness. Something that I can confirm is that Serge Monast died on December 5, 1996. Of a reported heart attack around suspicious circumstances. Allegedly, the other journalist died shortly thereafter, but I cannot confirm that. If you haven't seen my other two short videos on holography, I encourage you to watch them for a better understanding of holographic technology. I'll link them at the end of this video. So let's see if it's even possible to project a huge catastrophic event across the world. The size of a holographic field that can be projected depends on several factors, including the technology used, the environment, and the specific application. Here's an overview of current capabilities. The magic of holograms are all around us. They look cool and they fascinate us. From our money and checks to our credit cards and driver's license, holograms are embedded in our life. That sounds easy enough to do, but exactly what is the capability of this technology? Well, we already have seen holographic displays in public spaces, such as large digital billboards or interactive installations, such as Times Square. These projections are often several yards in size. Systems like Microsoft's HoloLens or Looking Glass Factory's holographic displays create smaller fields, typically a few cubic meters. That is the volume of about 5 to 6 refrigerators, suitable for individual or small group interactions. These are more limited in size, but offer interactive capabilities. And we can't forget large-scale holographic projections, such as those used in concerts, such as the holographic performances of Tupac Shakur at Coachella, can cover areas of tens of square meters. Remember Michael Jackson performing at the 2014 Billboard Music Awards singing "Slave to the Rhythm" from his posthumous album Escape? Interesting, isn't it? These systems use a combination of projection screens, specialized lighting, and optical techniques like Pepper's Ghost to create the illusion of large holographic images. So we know that they can project some pretty large images. The question is, what can they do that we don't know? Now let's look at what the actual possibility is of creating global holographic projections. We've seen the technology at work. It's very sophisticated and realistic, so now scalability becomes our first question. With advances in laser technology, computational power, and materials science, it is theoretically possible to scale up existing holographic systems to create larger fields. So the question comes to mind, can holographic projections be combined to make larger projections? And the answer is yes, they can. A series of holographic projections can be used to create a larger cohesive projection. This approach is often referred to as tiled or multi-projector holography and involves the seamless integration of multiple holographic units to form a single expansive display. Here's how this can be achieved and some of the considerations involved. Tiling. Multiple holographic projectors can be aligned and calibrated to ensure that their individual projections seamlessly blend into one another. This requires precise control of the position, angle, and focus of each projector. Also, special techniques are used to blend the edges of adjacent projections to eliminate visible seams and ensure a smooth, continuous image fading in or out. Some holographic display systems are designed as scalable modular units that can be combined to scale up the display size. Each module projects a portion of the overall image, and when assembled, they form a large holographic field. The modules need to be synchronized in terms of timing and content to ensure that the combined projection appears as a single coherent image. Then there is panoramic holography, where curved or specially designed projection surfaces can help in creating panoramic holographic displays. Multiple projectors can cover different segments of the curved surface to create an immersive wraparound effect. Software integration. Advanced software is required to manage and coordinate the multiple holographic projectors, ensuring that the imagery is rendered correctly across the entire display area. There are ways other than building holographic modules together to create large holographic displays. Using advanced interferometric techniques could create very large holographic fields by precisely controlling light waves over larger distances. This could potentially lead to fields spanning hundreds of square meters or more. Developments in quantum holography could allow for even larger and more complex holographic fields. This would involve manipulating quantum states of light to produce highly detailed and stable holographic images on a very large scale. Satellite communication may be used to distribute or transmit content, but the projection itself is managed locally with terrestrial technology. So you might say, creating large holograms is one thing, but how do you do it worldwide? Well, the answer to that is that they would likely be projected in cities with the largest populations. Heck, New York, LA, Miami, and Austin would pretty much create a panic here. Similarly, a 2 to 4 largely populated cities in each country could create quite an upheaval. I think that was in a movie too. They always tell you. From a technical standpoint, there are considerations and complexities. Setting up and maintaining a large array of holographic projectors involves significant technical expertise and resources. The equipment and software required for large-scale holographic displays can be expensive. Considering that the people with the most technology in holography is the U.S. government, and since we can afford to send billions abroad, I would think they'd have no problem pumping money into some grand production. Large holographic setups require substantial power and generate heat, necessitating adequate cooling solutions. Ensuring high resolution and image quality across the entire projection can be challenging, especially as the display area increases. This is why tiling or energetic enhancement techniques are used to retain resolution. We've looked at the possibilities of such a program that could create a mass illusion or projection. What are your thoughts? Can it be done? Do you think a secret military project could exist tasked with studying mass projection of holograms? As I said, for some reason, there is very little information about this project as there is with Stargate and even MK Ultra. Governments and official sources have not officially acknowledged or denied the existence of Project Bluebeam. So what do you think? Should we be prepared for some gargantuan final event to occur before this is all over? As I've said before, nothing surprises me anymore.